Hello and welcome to Malware Analysis course for IT Security. My name is Ronit Yadav and I'll be your instructor throughout this course. Some of you might have seen me. I'm a penetration tester and a cybersecurity expert. I have successfully conducted various seminars and workshops across numerous schools and covered almost all the colleges in Mumbai. So, in this video, I will give an overview of what's coming up. So, what are malwares? Basically, malwares are software which is specially designed to disrupt, damage, or gain access to a computer system. So, in this course, you will learn to examine the various tools and techniques that will help us with fighting the threat of malware by examining the inner working of a malicious code. So, the goal of the malware analysis course is to gain an understanding of how a malware works so that we can protect our organization and home network by preventing such malware attacks. Hello and welcome back to Malware Analysis course. This is Ronit here. So basically this video is all about your course outline. And before we get to the technical content, I'd like to briefly discuss what you can expect from Malware Analysis course. So some of the major topics that we cover includes next generation security tools, EK, that is exploit kits, reverse engineering malware, analyzing malicious documents, etc. So, lesson 1 is divided into two parts, and in each part, I will examine special malware characteristic, and also in each part, I will follow a very decent approach that includes malware analysis lab, behavioral analysis, code analysis, and hands-on exercise for you all. So, by the end of this course, you'll be able to defeat and dissect the latest threats, and after completing this course, you should feel comfortable diving in other security courses like exploit development. If you come across an interesting malware, I'd love to hear from you. So, you can drop an email into my mailbox. Thank you for watching. See you in Hello and welcome back to Malware Analysis course for IT Security. This is Ronit here, and this video is all about configuring your lab environment and even what application you need before getting your hands dirty. So please note, one of the secure here VMware or VirtualBox comes in handy. With VMware or VirtualBox, you can run multiple operating systems simultaneously, and each virtual machine is equivalent to a PC. So, in a laboratory and studying its action as it interacts with the computer resources and respond to various processes. And because of trial and error nature of most reverse engineering attempts, the environment needs to facilitate, and this is my system connected to a router. So, if I were to analyze a malware as it is possible other devices on the same network may get compromised. To avoid this, I installed VirtualBox. So after installing VirtualBox, I found that the virtual machine sharing the same network card which is installed on my host machine. Hope you got my point. So, in order to isolate the virtual machine, use host only network configuration. So basically, In host-only network configuration, the VirtualBox acts as a DHCP server and isolate the networks. That means it will act as a private network. So, those who have VMware installed on their system, they can use virtual network editor and click on apply and then OK. And for those who are using VirtualBox, they can follow things network on the drop down list, select the host only adapter and click OK. That's it. So this is all for this video. See you in the next video. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Malware Analysis course. This is Ronit here, and this video is all about protecting your system and how to restore it to a pristine state. So as you can see, the operating system which I am running already has a snapshot named before and which was taken 31 minutes ago. So basically, snapshots allow you to save and then revert back to the exact state of a virtual machine, and at any point in the time for any virtual machine you can take a snapshot. So basically, snapshot is a one way that you can protect yourself from malwares and viruses. So basically there are multiple ways you can take a snapshot. From a virtual machine, even you can take a snapshot by clicking on the machine, take a snapshot, or even right control plus T. And this is critical in malware analysis because some malwares and some trojans modify registry entries, which causes corruption in this. So I'll show you how to take a snapshot. So from the VirtualBox manager, click on the current state. You can either right click and take a snapshot, or you can see a small camera icon. You can even take a snapshot from there. But since I already have a snapshot, so let's see how system to the previously stored snapshot. Now click on the operating system, click start. So it will immediately come back to exactly where I was, successfully restored. There are few third-party applications like Returnal and Pharynx Defreeze. I think you should have looked at it. Once installed on your system, Defreeze lets you freeze the system configuration in its clean state. Works like a charm. So once you install it and reboot the system, it will restore it to a pristine state. And we will dive into more details about debuggers, disassemblers and reverse engineering tools in the later videos. So now we are good to go, and in the next lecture I will show you the approach in action. That's all for this video. Hello and welcome to part 1 of lesson 1. This is Ronit here, and in this video I will show you the behavioral analysis in action. But before we actually start off with this video, I would strongly encourage you to have a look at the lab setup video which I have already created, and you can even download the PDFs for your reference as well. So from this video you will learn the behavior of a malware and how does it interacts with the system, and what modification it does in the system, and how the Trojan access to the system's resources. Typically, this phase has monitoring tools, run the malware for a while, terminate the process, analyze the logs. Okay, so I have my Windows XP up and running in a virtual box, and I have fulfilled all the prerequisite, that is only adapter, and already took a snapshot to avoid corruption from malware. So in today's video I'm going to analyze a very important. The tools which I'll be using are freely available from sysinternals monitor. So basically Process Explorer displays a list of currently active processes, and Process Monitor is an advanced monitor. So let's activate it. So the second step is to run the malware for a while. So always run the monitoring tools before executing the malware so that we don't miss anything. Okay, so let's analyze. So as you can see from the output generator, it is possible that you miss out something important. So always make a habit to filter out what you need. Click on filter, again click on filter. So in click on drop down list and click for SRVCP, select add, apply, and then OK. That's it. As you can see from the output, the process name consists of only SRVCP, and here the operation what it does. Let's search for any suspicious attempt. Okay, I'll start. So it has accessed ntdll.dll. Basically this file contains all the kernel functions. Let's see if any other attempts. Uh-huh. Basically a key has been created in a registry under HKLM software Microsoft Windows current version and run, and the name is name, and the data which is saved in it is srvcp.exe. Basically this mechanism is used by Trojan to ensure that it okay reject it. I'm already there. Okay, the key. So let's see what Process Explorer has got. Here is the process. Right click, click on properties. Okay, TCP/IP. So as you can see from the output, the port auth is on listening state. Basically auth is used for authentication and identification, which uses TCP port number 113, that is 113. TCP port number 113, that is 113. Hello and welcome malware. And at the end of the video left off, in this video I will monitor the lab network for any suspicious activity, and to do so I am going to use Wireshark to snip the lab network traffic and restart the malware. So my Windows IP is 192.168.56.101 and my Kali machine IP is 192.168.56.103. So I'm going to start a sniffer and restart the malware. From the output, basically malware issues a DNS query to resolve irc.mcs.net and Windows failed to resolve the address. So and analyze malware attempt. To do so, I'm going to in order to modify the host file, go to my computer, local disk C, Windows, system32, drivers, etc. So I'm going to redirect any request for irc.mcs.net to 192.168.56.102. So save the file, terminate the process, restart the capture, restart the malware. Okay, so now a send request has been sent and reset and acknowledgement has been received. This is because the port 6667 is closed on that VM, and basically this port is used for IRC. Next, in order to start an IRC server, type command ircd and start, and the password. Okay, so as you can see, a SYNAC and ACK has been received. So basically this three-way handshake has been successfully done between infected machine and the remnants. So in order to look at the conversation, right click, go to follow and TCP stream. So as you can see from the output, it has joined an IRC channel named The Fuck with a nickname Mickey. Fantastic. So that's all for this video. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Malware Analysis. This is Ronit here. So Basically, our behavioral analysis was super cool and yielded dozens of information, right? So now we have a better understanding regarding the malware, and you are in a decent position to move on with the code analysis. So we will continue with the discovery process. So I have my Windows XP up and running in a virtual box. I don't have this actual source code of the malware. So basically I need to carry out reverse engineering techniques, and in the code analysis like bin text, Oli debugger and IDA. So please download this zip file which is named day2 and follow me. So I will start off by extracting the known string from the executable, and I will search for any suspicious string from the malware. So I will use bin text. So basically, if you are a Linux or a Unix user, then you might be familiar with a string utility. So I will double click it, will browse for the malware, click open and then go. So basically this part is repeated. So from the bin text output we don't find any suspicious string except, so from this string as you can see, so we'll start by analyzing the file in the Oli debugger and we will see what we get. File, open the malware. So basically these value are the offset and these value are the opcodes, and this is the actual instruction, assembly instruction, and this part basically Oli debugger smartly interprets the known strings and display in this section to make it more interactive. So basically, and a call to a routine has been made, tag, and a call has been made to 4012C6. Strange. Again a value has been pushed over onto the stack and the call again has been made to 4012C6. It seems like a decryption routine. So it might be possible that the application uses this functionality for the decryption on startup. So let's place a breakpoint by pressing the F2 or breakpoint toggle. Since I already have a breakpoint, so I will start the program. Analyze the program by stepping over each instruction. So you can use this icon or the shortcut is F8. So as you can see from the stack window, the value has been pushed onto the stack and the next instruction is 4012C6. So let's execute it and see what happens. Aha, the string has been decrypted and it was GUS indeed stepping over. Another string has been pushed onto the stack, and now again the call has been made to 4012C6. Okay, so basically that value was Mickey. Hello and welcome back to Malware Analysis course. This is Ron. So in most of the code analysis, you will have to use Ollie debug to analyze the malware. So you just can't dissect the malware without having a fair idea about Ollie debug. And if you have already used it and you're already familiar with Ollie debug, can skip this tutorial and move on to the next video. Okay, so basically Ollie debug, often called as Ollie, is a ring 3 debugger. It means that Ollie works at Windows application level but still can control the other applications. So with this magnificent tool, you can find bugs in the program, you can create patches and whatnot. So you probably already noticed a weird background. This is because I've already opened the malware specimen in Ollie. So let's have a closer look at it. And you can download the Ollie debug from www.olliedbg.de. Okay, so Ollie doesn't need installation, just unzip to a directory of your choice and that's it. So if you're using an older version of Ollie, so at first startup, Ollie will ask you for the UDD and plugins directory. So solve it like this. Click on the preference icon, go to directories, then browse and select the Ollie directory and click on OK. And if you're using the latest version of Ollie, okay, so let's take a look at the windows that are visible. So basically there are 4 windows. The first one is the CPU, the second is registers, third is the stack windows, and fourth is the hex dump, or you can say memory dump. Okay, so the value you see here is the virtual address, or you can say the offset at which the program, and second column is the opcodes. The second, oh sorry, the third column is the humans. So this window is specially to read and understand the program. The computer can only read and understand the opcodes, not the mnemonics. And the third in this section. So basically this section is to ease our task. Okay. And this window here is the register windows. So basically there are 8 general purpose registers: the EAX, EBX, ECX, EDX, ESP, EBP, ESI, EDI and EIP, that is instruction pointer. So I will not go much in detail right now, but we will touch upon it later wherever required. So basically, stack follows the LIFO, that is last in first out, and the fourth window is the hex dump or the memory dump. So, and here there is a small window pane. Basically it shows some information about the sizes. So 2 digits equals to 1 bytes, and 1 bytes equals to 8 bits, as you know. And here 2 bytes equals to 1 word, same bytes equals to 1 D word. Okay, so let's move on to the menu bar. So basically here you can open any application you want to analyze, or you want to reverse or patch or create any key generate, or you can program which you want to analyze. Here are the list of the process that are running on my computer. You can analyze any one of them by clicking on it. And click here if you want to open and analyze any of the applications. This icon stands for restarting the program. So be careful, because the next button means to close the program. And this icon is used to start the program. The next icon is used to pause the program. And these icons are used while analyzing the malware. So this icon is used for step into. If you want to step into any instruction and analyze in depth, then you can use this option while analyzing the malware. Use instruction by instruction and analyze the malware or any program. This icon means to, and this icon is to use to trace over. You can directly skip the in-depth path and you can just trace until the end. And this icon is used to execute the program until it reaches to the written point. Okay, so basically that was the fundamental of the already planned to make this video, since this entire course is intended for an absolute beginner. So this might help you in the further courses. So that's all for this video. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Malware Analysis course. This is Ronit here. So in this video, I'm going to analyze and decrypt the content of a GUS file. So basically this file is of more importance because it changes the malware behavior. And from the very first lecture, we saw that as soon as the malware starts up, we search for this file. So basically in this video, first, I'm going to find that point where the malware opens the GUS file. So, I have my window XP up. So, I will start my debugging using auto debugger. First of all, I need to find out that where in the code that the malware opens the file. So, in order to check that, first I will search for F. So, from the list, search for fopen instance. Select and press enter. So as you can see throughout the code there are total 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll double click on the first one to verify whether this is the point where the file has been opened or not. 40, 36, 62. Here the mode is equals to R and path is of open instance is called. So basically I think so this is where the file is opened by pressing F2, and I'll start the malware. So as soon as it hits the breakpoint, as you can see from the lower, the message is paused. F8. Oh, fantastic. So indeed it was a GUS file which was opened by the malware. So the value has been pushed onto the stack, as you can see from the stack window. So now we came to know that the file has been opened by the malware. Now the second step is to find that where in the code the file has been read by the malware. In order to do that, I will disassemble the malware using IDA. So while I was analyzing the malware, I found this string to be interesting. So basically the file has been read line by line and call has been made to offset 4036B2. So let's search for 4036B2. 4036. Okay, it's here. So here I will place another previous one and I'll run the program. Okay, 5366, and after that scanf has been called. What is the format? It's quite strange. Basically it's a kind of assignment, you know. It's that the encrypted content of the GUS file has been decrypted and assigned a value and then pushed onto the stack using push instruction. So I will run the program. So the file I will run the program. So the file has been processed here and the decrypted content is stored at 40 56 53 sorry 66. Okay, so 40 53 66. Okay, I'll place the value has been pushed onto the stack. ECB seems like a decryption key, and looks like the first line of the GUS file. Yes, indeed. So I will press Ctrl plus F9 to execute this routine, this entire routine. The changes in EAX registered. The value has been decrypted and stored in EAX register, that is next line, and decrypt and stored its content. So now the next line has been decrypted, which was mode equals to aggressive. So a quick recap, the file and storing the content. So I only decrypted two lines, the rest I will leave